Hello and good afternoon sa inyong lahat and welcome sa isa na namang live stream dito sa ating Ready to be Rich channel. So good afternoon, kamusta kayo? And I hope you're all doing well this Saturday afternoon. So welcome. So we are, of course, live streaming over our YouTube channel at youtube.com/ready to be rich YT and on our Facebook page, facebook.com/ready to be rich. At naka-live stream din tayo sa Kumu pero medyo mabagal, nagkakaroon ng technical difficulty but I'm sure in a while ay maayos din yan. So good afternoon sa inyo sa mga RTBR armies, ayan, sa ating Ready to be Rich community. And for today, we have a special guest. So i-introduce natin siya mamaya-maya pero papakilala muna tayo. Of course, I am Fitz Villafuerte and I am a registered financial planner and the founder of this Ready to be Rich community where you are watching right now. So kamusta kayo? Kamusta? Marami ako nakikitang mga regular na nandito and masaya ako na nanonood kayo sa live stream natin. So pabatiin natin dito si Paulo. Hello Paulo. Yan, good day po. And si Manoy's Finest nandito rin. Yan, may tanong siya kaagad. No? So mamaya sasagutin natin yan. Hello sa'yo, Ate Udeng. And good afternoon din sa'yo, Ground Zero. Si Apolinar ay nandito rin. Good afternoon, Sir Fitz, and to the RTBR community. And good afternoon din sa'yo, Jay Martin, and sa mga ka-RTB Army. Alright, so for today, we have a very special episode kasi meron tayong guest and excited na ako na ipakilala siya. So, without further ado, I would like to introduce to you a good friend who will tell us about a program that he will be doing next week. No? Next week na to. So, let's all welcome si Madge Custodio. Hello, Madge.
Mic test. All right. Hello Fitz. Good afternoon sa lahat. Good morning sa lahat from everywhere around the world.
Oo, tama. Gusto ko yung intro mo, may sound effect, no? Yan ang isa sa mga ano natin. Goal natin for next year, bibili din tayo ng soundboard para may mga sound effect tayo sa
Nice.
live stream natin.
Nice.
Oo. Ayan. Oh, kamusta na, Madge?
Doing great. Right now I'm starting all kinds of stuff at the same time, starting all kinds of programs, agencies. But one of the things I really love doing is to help build people and to help create um, inspiration so that people can also start and build their own agencies and own businesses as well. Which comes
Yeah.
us to this latest thing that I'm working on. And thank you very much, Fitz, for inviting me here tonight or this afternoon, by the way.
Yes, yes, oo. And that's really the reason why I am excited to have you because for me, December is really planning season. Thinking about what you'll do for next year. And one of the things that people always ask me is, paano ko ba mapapalago yung business ko next year? How can I improve myself to face yung mga, to work on my goals next year? And some of them are even asking me for business ideas. What can they do for extra income, etc. So I hope yung mga viewers natin can get an idea sa mga isi-share natin today. And of course, they will be able to also get help from you dun sa program na pag-usapan natin later. Ayan. So, tama yung sinabi mo, no? Good morning pala sa mga ibang mga nanonood sa atin sa ibang bansa. We actually have viewers from the Middle East and in Europe. And of course, sa mga hashtag team replay natin, hello sa inyo. Yeah, medyo mas marami sila mga nanonood ng ating replay. So sa mga viewers natin na nanonood ngayon na live, thank you for joining us dito sa ating live session. And of course, if for any reason you need to leave early, don't worry. Ang ating replay will be available just a few minutes after we end the live stream, which is usually about an hour. So hanggang 5 o'clock kami magkukwentuhan ni Madge dito. Ayan, nako. Okay na sa Kumu. So hello sa mga nanonood ngayon sa Kumu, sila Friday 22. Ayan, si Tonic 77, DJ Villanueva, Divine Magno, John Fukuda, yeah, si Vicky Castillo at yung si Pam, si Ameria at marami pang iba na mahirap i-pronounce ang username. Alitin kasi ng text sa Kumu sa phone ko, doon ko siya monitor, hindi ko siya masyadong mabasa lahat, no? And of course, yung mga nandito, yan, batiin natin yung mga humabol, mga bagong nag-hello, si Jody na nasa Facebook. Hello sa iyo, si NC the Engineer Trader. Ngayon na lang ulit ako nakanood. Haha, nako. Welcome the Engineer Trader and I'm excited dito sa i-share namin ni Madge sa inyo ngayong hapon and hopefully ay makatulong sa inyo. So, of course, usually what we do dito sa live stream, meron tayong usually topic of the day, tapos we do our Q&A. And sometimes I entertain yung mga personal finance questions. So katulad dito, may tanong si Manoy's Finest. Oh. Is it right to assume that interest rates in the Philippines will climb after it does in the US? And what can you say about shifting from growth to value stocks to take advantage of the rate hike? Yeah, much ganito usually yung usapan namin dito, no?
Uh,
Usapang pera talaga, no?
business
Usapang
talaga. Yeah.
pagyaman. Oo.
Awesome.
So, Manoy's Finest, to be honest, it will really depend on the decision, mga fiscal decisions ng Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. So siguro you can uh, message me so we can talk more about this because for today talaga ang focus natin ay yung program na ino-offer ni Madge Custodia. But siguro, I don't know if you're familiar with Madge, pero si Madge medyo matagal ko nang nakikita to online eh, no? So, Madge, can you share with us, no? What do you currently do? You're an entrepreneur, right? So, ano ba yung mga
Yes.
pinagkakaabalahan mo talaga, no?
Actually, marami, no? There are all kinds
Mm-mm.
of things I'm trying at the same time because you cannot put all your eggs in one basket. You have
Right.
to spread out. There are agencies, there are multiple coaching avenues that I'm doing as well. And in a way, I'm still doing projects then for certain clients that I want to work with. However, the one new project I'm working on right now is what's going to help a lot of business owners and a lot of affiliates and a lot of freelancers and agencies, which is closing, which is
Mm-mm.
how do you really create or how do you lessen the friction and turn the no of your client into a yes and close them really perfectly so that you will no longer have trouble with closing. Most of the businesses today, hindi na nahihirapan maghanap ng leads. Like, it's really fast to grow TikToks now. Like, it's also even researchable now to do Facebook ads and get leads agad-agad. But the friction that happens is usually the point when the customer is now deciding, should I take up his offer or not? So, pinag-aabalahan, yung pinag-aabalahan ko
Pinagkakaabalahan.
talaga, yeah, ngayon, is helping businesses close more customers, close more deals, and close more clients.
Yeah, and I think that's very interesting and also something that's very important to learn because meron akong, well, anak ng kaibigan ko.
Oh,
Grabe, 120,000 ang followers sa TikTok, ang dami and it's
oh, di ba?
continuously growing. Oo, pero hindi niya ma-monetize yung followers niya sa TikTok, no? So sabi
True,
ko,
that's
why
true.
don't why don't you approach brands, approach alam mo 'yon, agencies, yung mga advertising agencies para close ka ng mga collaboration, no, ng mga brand deals, no. So hindi daw niya alam, nahihiya, etc. So I think this is not just for entrepreneurs but also for content creators who would
Yeah.
like to take control of how they can monetize their ventures, no. Pero taga saan ka ba, Madge? Are you based in Metro Manila? Parang hindi, no. You're
Hindi, no. I'm actually not based anywhere because I can continue working from
or
anywhere actually. But I was staying there in Manila for quite some time last month. I think up to 2 to 3
ah.
weeks. But I'm really based here right now in Cebu. Cebu
Oh,
tayo.
alright. Ako nakakamiss na pumunta ng Cebu. Na-miss ko na yung Rico's Lechon diyan. But although
Ala.
of course uh, very popular na talaga ngayon, no, yung to have a location independent business, and that's also something that I like na hindi ka nakatali sa isang lugar, because for me, I like traveling. And that's also one of the things I think, no, that will really help you achieve yung financial freedom to create a source of income na unlimited. And of course, kung magtayo ka ng isang business, let's say sa mall, your income is limited to the people who can go to the mall, to your store. But if your business is online, di ba, virtually everyone who has the internet, which is so much bigger, is your market. And I I know that you didn't start being a marketer, coach, or an entrepreneur, no? Ano ba yung backstory mo? Siguro interested din yung
Mm.
mga viewers natin. Ano ba yung
All
tinake
right.
mo nung college, and what was your work before? Did you used to work in the corporate world?
Okay, so that is a very interesting story because I was really planning to become a nurse and eventually to become a doctor. But when I found
Mm.
out na to become a nurse, it will take me up to 13 more years. And I was already 19 years old. 13 more years from nursing to board exams to practice to medicine and become a doctor. 13 to 15 more years. I decided, is there a shortcut? No, a faster way. Now I can earn almost as big as doctors, but I don't have to go through the stress of the board exam, the pressure. So on my second year medicine school, I decided to drop out of medicine. So all my parents were disappointed. Um, Everyone was disappointed. But I decided to look for jobs online, if meron ba talagang work online. And I was surprised how fast it was to get a client, even if wala kang experience. And then the first job I actually took was article writer sa isang porn industry. So it was, yeah, it was
Okay.
a porn industry. And then yung pinapagawa sa akin, I would write reviews sa mga adult sites. And then, syempre, dapat creative
Very
ka.
interesting.
Creative ka magsulat. And that was paying me 3,000 pesos per article. And believe it or
Wow,
not,
that's a lot.
the porn industry is a very rich industry. Very rich
Yes.
industry, actually. Before there was Elon Musk, before there was Amazon, the porn was the number one industry in terms of net worldwide. But of course, when modernization come in, bumago na. But so at that time, I was making lots of money, but I realized that there has to be something more than this. So I quit that job, and I decided to invest my money in learning other freelancing skills. And I got a client that was paying me to edit videos. Another client was paying me to do social posts, and I was earning 60 to 100K per month. And then more
Mhm.
people came to me nagpaturo. No, Madge, can you teach us how to do this? So I taught them for a week. And at first, libre pa yung magpaturo sa akin. Libre pa.
Mm.
And so I taught them for
Mm.
free. And I realized parang mahirap na kasi ang time ko sa client ko, my clients are paying me 50K per month. And ito libre. So they have to be a payment na. So because takot din ako mag-charge high, the payment of the first people who enrolled to Quick Pro was 323 pesos per person. That was my
Mm. Mm.
mentality. I thought the only way to make money and the only way for people to take up your offer is make it cheap. Ganun din yung mindset
Mm.
ko when big people invited me. Chinkitan asked for my service. A
Mm.
Brown asked for my service. Certain mga artistas asked for my service, and I made the millions. But I only charged them 35K, 20K, 50K,
Mm. Mm.
because I I just could not charge high. And even if I invested in myself, I invested near millions in myself na to learn high ticket funnels, ads, high ticket business optimization and making your business more efficient. I still couldn't charge high. That was my trouble. And when 2021 came into play, 2020, anong nangyari? Expenses rose and profits
Mm.
decreased. And my company was in trouble. You know? So I realized if yes, it's okay to be low ticket, but one day your expenses will rise. And one day the
Mm.
demand will overflow the service you can offer. And the only way you will realize I have to start doing high ticket na. The profit
Mm.
margin needs to be higher na. But how do I do that? Kasi takot nga ako mag-charge high.
Yes, yes.
So,
Oo.
yeah. s- mm. And that brings us to this year, ganyan 2021. Okay, continue mo yung sasabihin ka.
Hindi, it's okay. So, well, I was about to comment na very interesting yung story mo, and it's actually a common story na you took up a different course in college versus what you're currently doing now, and what you're currently succeeding at. Um, my audience knows na I am an engineering graduate. I used to work as an engineer, but now I am in the financial industry. So in your case, you were in the medical field, but now you're in the online marketing space. So very interesting. And also what I tell people na do not be afraid to explore, be curious kasi sometimes that's how you discover your passion, that's how you discover your interest. And I agree with you. I know before social media, adult websites is the number one uh, most visited website on the internet
Uh,
every year, no? So sabi nga nila, there's a musical, yung Avenue Q, a Broadway musical. One of the songs there is Internet is for Porn. So, but that was written before the age of social media. I think today, social media na ang most visited website, no? So
yeah.
Facebook and YouTube and all those social media sites. So it's also interesting na when you really go online, you learn a lot of skills, no? Dapat talaga ano tayo, no? Meron tayong growth mindset. I would say na just because you think that you're not good in IT or hindi ka masyadong techie ay hindi mo matututunan tong mga to, no? Of course, that's also something very important if you want to improve and if you want to earn a lot of money. Dapat may growth mindset tayo because we have to adapt to what's being needed by the market, no? So very interesting yung story mo. You are also the CEO of Quick Pro, no? Let me just
Mm.
share yung website mo, no? Can you tell us more about itong Quick Pro? What is this website of yours about?
All right. So, guys, let me share with you something that is crazy as well. Quick Pro was originally planned to be in partnership with Tesla,
Mm.
and we also had talks with Shed and DepEd to include Quick Pro in their curriculum. And my employees know that when we started out, there were talks, there were communication, because I wanted to uplift the educational system into teaching skills na kahit yung students makagraduate, kahit hindi sila maka-earn as a HRM or as a nurse, they learned freelancing skills to earn pa rin. Because according to Dole, this is fact, this is statistics. According to Dole, the percentage of college students who graduate the course and ends up studying the course they graduated in is just 25%.
Mm-mm. Just like us.
Again, that like if 100 kayo nag-study ng nursing, only 25% of those students will actually pursue nursing. And the rest of them will pursue other means of income. So that's scary because the other 75% literally just threw money out the door because they studied for a course and they're not even going to learn that or earn from that course in the first place. So I created this website as an avenue for people, even the educated and uneducated, can learn freelancing skills. That includes all kinds of skills there. May mga videos dyan. And we also have we also have live tutorials kung paano mag-hunt ng clients and how to add clients to your freelancing business.
Mm.
And I made
Grabe,
that
titignan ko
website.
'tong
Yeah.
yeah, titignan ko 'tong website mo, no? So, more than 6,000 plus students, no? And 70 plus enrolled courses. Grabe, ang dami, Madge. Talagang ano, no? Pro ka na rin sa pagtuturo. Are all the
Ah,
courses
ano yan? Yung enrolled, those are the active ones. But total
just
students
the active
who
ones?
enrolled,
Okay.
yes, are near 15,000 na yung enrolled
Oh,
so
okay.
far.
And when did you start yung Quick Pro?
I started this after watching the movie The Greatest Showman nung lumabas yun.
Oh, kailan nga ba
Kasi
'yun? 2018, 2017? I
Yeah,
forgot.
between those dates. And then when I saw him, na he followed his dream and his passion versus becoming part of the corporate world. Diba at first nagtatrabaho siya sa typing machine something. He
Yes,
followed his
yes.
passion and then
Oo.
he became successful. And so I started something that I want to do, no? Because I love seeing people's lives change. I love creating change in people's lives. Because I was nursing, I wanted to be a pastor or to
Wow.
be an education. I was actually a missionary before. I would go to prison cells and mag Bible study. And it
Oo.
is my passion to see change, transformation. So I started Quick Pro to see that. And at first, hindi to online yung Quick Pro. Wala pa yan website. Facebook group lang yan. And at first, I wanted to do seminars na physical seminar. At tatlo lang
Oo.
yung umattend. No? Nagbayad ako 50K sa hotel, 100 seats. Tatlo lang yung umattend sa
Oh.
seminar. And then I said, oh, mahirap pala pag physical. Sige, let's try to do virtual. And
Mm.
then that's why I invested to learn Facebook ads to increase the number of people of attendees. And eventually it grew and grew and grew.
Mm. Mm. Wow, from pastor to porn writer. That's a very interesting journey.
Yeah.
But of course, sa mga viewers na nanonood sa atin, if you have any questions, you can type it sa ating comment section and chat section. But of course, the main reason why I invited Madge here is to talk about yung kanyang pinaka bagong workshop, which is the perfect close. So, but before we talk about that, let me show you the video that Madge has prepared, no? So, panoorin muna natin ito. Ayan. So, this is just a 3-minute video which I think you can learn a lot already, no? Kasi may mga tips na binigay si Madge. So, let's watch this.
Here in the next 2 minutes, I'm going to show you how you can close your clients and to get them to buy your offer worth $2,000, $10,000, or even $25,000 in one.
Medyo lag yung video. Uulitin natin.
Hello guys, Machi Studio here. In the next 2
Mukhang lag talaga. Teka, baguhin natin yung papakita natin. Sandali lang. Ito. I think this is better.
Hello guys, Machi Studio here. In the next 2 minutes, I'm going to show you how you can close your clients and to get them to buy your offer worth $2,000, $10,000, or even $25,000 in one conversation. In the past 5 years, here in the Philippines, I've always thought that the only way to close clients is to sell them something cheap, something affordable. And that has worked for me before, but now it's no longer working because expenses are rising. And in order for you to be successful in business, you have to have a high profit margin. So after studying for 2 years how these top closers are closing clients $25,000 a piece, I have come up with a strategy that can help you close your clients even if your product is way, way pricey. And to make this happen, it all goes down to 3 things. Number 1, you have to diagnose your client first and talk friendly with them. Talk to them as if you're talking with a friend and ask them how their business is going. Ask them what are their biggest struggles and tell them how important is this for them. Number 2, you qualify them. You ask them when was the last time they purchased something worth $20,000? When was the last time they purchased something worth $10,000? And ask them how that worked out for them. And lastly, you show them that your product or your service can save them more time and more money. I would love to share with you more of how I'm doing this, but of course, this video is not enough. That's why I'm inviting you to attend my 2-day event, December 16 and 17, where I will teach you how you can perfectly close your customers in one conversation. This event is going to include all my secrets. I'm going to go all out into teaching you guys how to effectively close customers, even if it's your first time. Even if it's your first time creating an offer and selling it high ticket. And even if you've never closed anyone for more than $2,000, $5,000, or $10,000 before. And I'm very excited to share this with all of you. And guess what? You can enroll for only $30. In pesos, it's 1,499 pesos. And just because it's cheap doesn't mean it's basics or for beginners. This is going to include advanced strategies and techniques, even subconscious reprogrammings to help eliminate that imposter syndrome and help you guys build your offer and increase its value during that closing with your clients. So if you're going to be part of this event, I'm going to have to warn you, you will never be the same afterwards. And if you're lucky, I might even choose you as one of the lucky volunteers whom I'm going to close your customers for you. And here's my challenge. After this event, the next 60 days, I want you to close one high ticket client. And if you cannot close that client the next 60 days, I'm going to give you guys a refund. All right. So guys, I can't wait to see you there. Click on the links below and you'll be able to download my workbook, and also the invitation for the event will be scheduled and you will be reminded before December 16th and 17th. Can't wait to see you guys. Rock and roll.
Yun, nako, ang ganda nung Mads, no? So, of course, we're here to really talk about yung the perfect flow. So, before anything else, ayan, if you're interested to enroll at na-convince sa video na pinakita natin, you can reserve your spot now at bit.ly/TPC Workshop 2021. So, bakit TPC? The Perfect Close Workshop or the Perfect Closing. So, you can go to that link and you can learn more actually about the program. But we're here to really talk about itong the Perfect Close Workshop. So, Madge, can you tell us tungkol saan ba talaga ito? Itong bago mong workshop.
All right. This is based on my experience kasi and how it changed my life, because before I discovered this workshop, before I created this workshop, I told you, diba, I would charge very low to my customers and my clients. Noon, charge ko very low. I helped people like Chinky. I helped create affiliate programs. I help business owners launch their social media marketing, and they're making millions. I would charge them very low. And even before pa, I'm really afraid to do so. That's why I invested in closing programs. I went to Dan Lok. I went to Jordan Belfort's. I went to Fibo's event. I went to Peng Jun's Table Rush Secrets. I also invest in personal coaching with other mentors that are closing 6 to 7 figures. And I applied it to myself. And I was so shocked to discover that after application, in just 1 week, I was able to close 3 clients, and each of these 3 clients, I created a recurring income of not less than 130K to 150K per month. So these 3 clients are paying 150K per month, and others I'm planning to charge more. Just yesterday, I closed a client for 5,000 US. Nasashock ako kasi as a freelancer,
Wow.
happy na ako sa 30 or 50K per month, 60K per month. Yesterday, I closed a client 5,000 US recurring. And then in terms of student coaching, I closed 10 people to pay 20K for a group coaching. And then I closed one person to pay 100K for a coaching as well. And after observing all these things, I figured out that there is a pattern. There is a sort of repeated terminologies I'm using. There's a repeated structure when I do my close, and it can work for any business. So I tested it out. I called a friend who was selling real estate, no? And then I even applied it to myself. I sold certain assets using these closing structures. Madali lang nakuha. And I also taught some of my students as well. And the results was just very surprising. Not surprising, but I expected it, but it was overwhelming to know that these things can help businesses close. So to give you an example of this, to those who are on the chats right now, if may mga chatters dyan, and ikaw din, Sir Fitz, what is the highest offer or the highest service fee you could charge someone right now?
Right
The
now,
highest.
boss, 30,000 for a
30,000.
comprehensive 5-year
Comprehensive.
financial plan. Yan.
All right.
That's
Now,
that's
30,000, that is what you call, is that your premium pricing for now? Premium pricing na yan. You could call that a premium pricing.
yeah, I can consider that a premium price. Yes.
Awesome.
Mm.
How many years did it take for you to study everything you learned to teach those people, the comprehensive?
Matagal, no? So 2000 12, that's when I really started
All
learning
right. So
about
more or less
financial planning, di
eight to
ba?
9 years, right?
Yes, yes.
And investment in yourself, how much money and expenses did you invest to actually learn and figure out the things you're teaching them?
Malaki. So,
Malaki.
let's just say mga 200, 250. Okay, yung investment on
Exactly.
myself, on learning everything that I needed to learn, yes.
True. And would you say to charge something 30K, you are in a way, kind of betraying the years of spending expenses for yourself. In a way, you're betraying yourself for the efforts you've made. Because these people that you're training, would you say you're giving them value?
Uh, I would say that yes, I'm definitely giving these people value, but in my mind, I could always get a lot of clients. So in a way, mababawi ko yung
Uh,
the spend ko. So that was the mindset there. Because I cannot I
mm,
think no, I cannot just charge someone 250,000 for a plan. So yun. So I
okay.
think
Let me share with you
30,000 is
something, and
good. Yeah.
this is gonna surprise you. This is gonna surprise you. I'm
Mhm.
also mentoring a financial planning team
All right.
like you. Yeah, they help build the financial house. Sounds familiar?
Mhm.
Managing debts, investing, savings, and making sure that the family is secure. This is what you do, right?
Yes, yes.
Their charge for this exact service you're doing is 180,000 pesos. And
Wow.
that's
All
already
right. All
covering
right.
the family's final family planning ng family nila.
Mhm,
And
mhm, mhm.
then they came to me because they want to close double the amount.
Wow. All right. All right.
And so I told them, okay, I'm gonna help you out. And of course, the charge for me to help them, and all I did was consultation lang. The charge for me to
Mhm,
help them out was nothing less than, because I asked them their results, and I asked them, the charge for me to help you out is nothing less than 130,000 pesos for consultation fee.
mhm,
Every month I received that. And then the moment they applied everything I taught them, they were able to close in that same month. They were able to close 3 families, and then there are 3 families na rin on the way to the funnel. And so the question is, did the service change? No, same service pa rin. Did the results change? No, same results. The family was able to save more money. Na tinulungan nila. The family was able to be secure. Their kids were secure. They minimized the debts. But what changed though? What changed? Two things: the delivery, and the subconscious reprogramming.
mhm, mhm,
All of you who are watching today, ask yourself, how much is the most premium price you could charge someone? The most premium price. The number you give me is going to be the worth that you define for yourself. And you can never
mhm,
break out of that unless you try to surpass your financial because we cannot deny the fact that there are video editors that will charge 20K and there are video editors that will charge 150K, but they're delivering the exact same thing. That's happening today.
mhm,
There are coaches that will charge 20K. There are coaches that will charge 10K, delivering the exact same thing. There are agencies and freelancers that will charge 20K, and there are agency freelancers that will charge 200K or 150K, and they're delivering the same thing. But here's the question: are you
mhm,
receiving the amount of value that you define for yourself? Can you grow with just 30,000 a month? Can you grow? Can you invest in yourself? You cannot. How can you invest in high ticket mentors and growth if you're receiving a small exchange for the value you're giving? No?
mhm,
So I would really love to enter subconscious reprogramming here because it has some inner workings as well. But there are strategies I do to actually close people during my conversation with them. The number two reasons kasi the people didn't take up your offer is number one, they don't have money daw. Number two, they don't have time to invest in this thing that you're offering them. So
mhm, mhm,
to give you guys a quick win, no, para meron tayong quick win that you can apply later to your clients when you talk to your clients. One thing you can do is this is a very simple template, but it's also working. Number one is you figure it out. You figure out where they are. You ask them, let's say for example, financial service. You ask them um, how their situation. Now, for example, this is a business. How many sales are you doing right now? And what are the things you're doing to make that amount of money? Let's say sabi nila, oh, ngayon our business are making 10K per month na lang. We're doing very bad. And you tell them, so what are your business, what is the business structure? How do you get your client? How do you acquire? They'll tell me, this is how we acquire our clients, this is how we do it, this is how we do it. All right. So you decided to talk with me. How much are you willing to make in the next 3 to 6 months? So I'll now ask them their point B after point A to point B. They'll say, I
Mhm.
want to start making 80K to 100K a month. I want to start making 300K to 500K per month. Now you figured out their point A and point B. Next thing you do is you find the why. I'll ask them, why don't you want to just stay where you are right now? Break even naman kayo. Why not just stay where you are? And they'll tell me because they want to grow. And I'll ask them, let's say you stayed where you are the next 5 to 6 months, what will happen? They will tell me, oh, maybe in the next 5 to 6 months, we will go into debt. Maybe next 5 to 6 months, the sales will decline, hindi na kami break even, and it will go worse for us. Now what's happening there? I'm now showing them the consequences of inaction. I'm showing them the cost of not working with me is actually higher than the cost of working with me. Because in the next five
Mhm.
to six months, if they don't work with me, they're going to lose hundreds of thousands, they're going to lose millions in sales. But if they work with me, my fee is just, let's say, 120K for for a monthly, and I get them to where they want to be. So let me be honest though, not all my clients receive the results that they want. But here's the good part. No, here's the good part. You as a service, you as a business, you as an agency, established yourself as a premium agency na. As a premium ano. And when you receive that income, what do you do with that income? Hindi ka magta-travel, hindi ka magbabakasyon. You will invest in yourself. You will grow, you will invest in high ticket mentorship so that every time you fill up your psychological wallet, you are more and more confident to do this. Now, once my client figures out na ganito yung point A niya, ganito yung point B niya, ganito yung consequences if it doesn't do it, I'll ask my client this question. Simple question. If all I did was come in, fix your funnels, fix your cash flow, and then get you to break even and maybe a spare 100K, 200K profits for your company, how much are you willing to invest on that? Now, hindi ako nag-promise because of course, we never promise, di ba? You never
Mhm.
promise to a client. Why don't you promise? Because you don't know if they're also willing to work with you. Kasi ganito kasi yung ibang
Yes.
clients. They feel that you're some magician. When you come in, ikaw na bahala sa lahat. You don't promise because you're confident about yourself. You will do the work. But you're not confident if they're willing to do the work with you. So my question here is, um, how much are you willing to invest if I gave you this amount of result? And I'm confident about that result because I've done my back work. I helped clients for free before. I've tested it with my students. I tested it with other mentors. They told me, Madge is working. So I tell my clients. And if you're an affiliate or if you're in health insurance, you can be confident kasi you'll just ask your company, may natulungan na ba tayo ng mga tao sa program na to? And if they say yes, that's all the validation you need. If your
Yes.
program is working, if your affiliate is working, if your business is working, there's testimonials, don't be, don't feel like you're a liar or you're betraying because it works. Now, I will tell my
Mhm.
client, how much are you willing to invest for me to give you this amount of results? So my client will say, oh, if you're gonna give me 300K, 500K, I'm not afraid to give you um, a commission or a sales or an investment of at least 100K or 120K per month because you're gonna give me 100 or 500K per week or stuff like that. So now I will tell them, na obviously, sir, my company and I are not cheap. I always say that word, not cheap. The moment you say that, automatic they will expect premium talaga. I always said
Yeah.
are not cheap. No. And then I will also tell my client, for this to work out, how committed are you to ensure that the results arrive? Because I will tell my client, because we know what, sir, me and my team always give our 100%. Now, let's say financial literacy. You'll tell them, do you um do you believe you'll be able to execute on the plan that we do offer you? Do you believe you'll be able to execute on the strategies that we give? Because if you don't execute, we cannot reach the result that you want. So at this part, I'm asking them to commit not just with money, but with execution as well. And when they say
Yes.
all around, if they say yes, and if they say yes again, that is when I tell them, now, okay, sir, if you're willing to execute, The fee for this is 130,000 pesos. After you say
Mm-mm.
those words, wag kang magsalita. Don't talk. The first person
Mm-mm.
who talks afterwards, siya yung talo. No. It's where you wait because they will now bargain. They will bargain. They will
Oo.
say, pwede ba ganito? So you say, the investment is 130,000 pesos. I will stay quiet. And then they will talk. I promise you, guaranteed, sasalita yan. And when they say, okay, so is it possible to do this at 90 or 80K? So
Mm.
this is the part that they will test you. Will you budge or not? So I will tell them, actually, sir, um, me and my team, when we work, we really give it our 100%. And I don't think it will give justice and proper compensation for the efforts and the value and the results that we will give you. And then they will say this 100%. They will say this. What if, they will say that, what if it doesn't work out? They will say that. What if we cannot get the result? What if ang bahay na bibilhin namin, ano pala, pangit pala? Or what if after your financial education, we'll still be in debt? What if after you assist us in social media, pangit pa rin? I will tell them
Mm-mm.
this. Sir, you have my 100% guarantee that me and my team are gonna serve you to the very utmost. But again, we cannot promise you because we also rely in your commitment to making this happen. Let me ask you, sir, do you consider yourself just an average person? Do you consider yourself as a person who cannot create results? Or do you consider yourself as someone who will do whatever it takes as well to reach this goal? Because if you're just an average person, it's okay, we will not work with you. So what am I doing?
Mm.
I'm challenging them. I'm making them realize na nagawa nga nila to noon. Magawa nila. They can do this again. They made this
Mm.
much. So then they will tell me, Madge, I believe I'm not average. And I will do everything I can. Kasi my family is relying on this. My kids are relying on this. My employees are relying on this. And then I will reply, then I don't see a reason why ma-fail pa tayo. I don't see a
Mm.
reason
Mm.
why this won't work out. The moment they see that confidence in my words, that is the time I will tell them how I will decrease I will decrease my ano ba, my pag-pursue sa kanila and I will back out a little bit. I will tell them,
Mm.
you know what, sir? It's totally okay to say no. Ayan na. I want them to chase me now. It's totally okay to say no.
Mm.
If you don't think that we are a good fit, it's totally okay. But as what I've heard, there's no reason for this to fail. I'm not promising, huh? I'm just saying there's no reason for this to fail. And then they will start thinking, na, okay, Mach, you know what? I'll get back to you on this. Now, how do you
Mm.
respond when they say I'll get back to you? Because 90% of the time, people don't get back to you. They
Mm.
always don't. So I will only tell them, you know what, sir? I've heard that many times already. And every
Mm.
time I hear people telling me I'll get back to you, most of the time they really don't. So I think it's better if we just get down to the chase. And can you tell me, sir, can you give me a number of how much it will take for us to work together? How much will
Mm.
it take for you to do business with me? I'll make them give a number. Now, this is where you decide if that number is justifiable for you. No, they will give me a
Uh-huh.
number. They'll say, all right, Madge, okay, the reason why this is hard for me because I want results first. Ganun talaga yung mga ibang tao. I want results first. I want
Yes, yes.
security that this is gonna work. So for now, I think I'll be willing to drop it at 80K or 75K. So what just happened?
Mhm.
You offered 130K. They dropped it to 80K to 75K. This is where you will tell them, okay, sir. But again, usually umaabot yan dito if the client is hard.
Mm.
Most of the time, hindi na yan aabot dito. Mako-close na yan. I can teach you how to do it in the workshop. But if aabot dito, I'm just giving you the most difficult client scenario para at least
Mm.
malaman nyo. Umaabot yan dito pag difficult. Here's what I do. Okay, sir, I understand that this is very hard for you. If we drop this to 85 to 75K, I would like to add a risk mitigator on our part as well. Can we do 25 to 30% commissions on all the sales? There you go.
Oh.
And now the
Oo.
client is thinking, oh, so if this fails, maliit. But you know what? Because I've had experience, I'm not afraid to put that deal on the table. But let's say wala kayong experience.
Mm.
And hindi kayo matakot. Why? I don't know what your business is, but if your business is an insurance company, you don't have to be afraid because the insurance company has a history of helping people. If your business is courses and teaching, giving value, then you should have done back work. What is back work? You should have tested your course muna to 10 people and get results. If you have given results to them, wag kang matakot mag-offer ng mga ganitong offers. You can flex your offer, but never flex it to the point that if you agree to it, ikaw yung matatalo. No?
Mm. Mm.
So here's what happened. I gave him a proposition, no PDF. Okay, sir, you know what? I'll write it down. I'll write down our proposition. I'll send you the link, and then I would like to expect your answer within the day, because seeing the amount of work we have to do with you, we need to start this as soon as possible. So I'll create
Yes.
urgency. They took my 130,000 offer na recurring fee, and then I closed them. It was a financial literacy campaign as well. And they
Mm.
were handling international clients. They didn't take the percentage. Bakit? Because of my confidence. Natakot sila na yung sales commissions nila kakainin ko. And there are many ways to angle this. There are many ways to angle this.
Yes.
There are so many questions you can do. You know, the worst thing a salesperson can do is to impose. Ito yung kailangan mo, ito yung gusto mo, ito dapat ang gagawin. But I don't impose. I ask questions. And I make them answer the questions for me. And I'll be honest, some of these things I'm telling you right now can be learned from other coaching that are very expensive. There are coachings out there that will bill you 5K or 20K for these coachings. But none of these coachings will matter if your subconscious has the imposter syndrome. Another thing we're going to do in this workshop is to eliminate and kill that imposter syndrome, so that when you manifest sales and riches, it will come true. No, but we have to eliminate this, the imposter syndrome, which comes us to the question: how much is this workshop, right? So, it's the
Yes.
question.
Yes.
Uh, so
Sobrang
let
mura. Tama ba 'to?
exactly. It's only 1,499. No, it's only 1,499. So you're wondering why is it cheap? Well, because this is Christmas. That's number one. I want to give this away for as many people as I can. But next year, this perfect closing workshop is gonna be not anything less than 30K to 40K per participant by next year.
Yeah, I was
Kasi,
expecting mga gano'ng kamahal, no? So
yeah,
this is
because
really
next year, this is gonna be premium. Because yung ngayong workshop, I'm gonna expect case studies results from those who attend the first time. So I
mm,
will monopolize your results in this workshop. And I have a challenge for everyone. I want you to close one client in the next 60 days. And if
mm.
you cannot close a client after applying everything I teach you, I will refund you double the price that you paid for. Sounds fair?
Wow. Alright. Yeah.
So,
Mm.
yeah, that is why I want to know how much is one client worth to you. Let's say your client is worth 60,000. Let's say your client is worth 100,000. If I was able to help you close 100,000 client and all you have to do is pay me 1,499, is that a fair deal for everyone?
Yeah, more than fair. So that's really a great offer. Yeah. Kasi I also know mga ibang coaches, no? Yung mga fitness coach and yung mga ibang nagtatrabaho or working in the delivering value industry, yun yung sa akin, parang education industry. Yeah, they would definitely earn more than 1,499 if they close just one client. And even yung nabanggit ko kanina, yung mga naghahanap ng brand partnership for their content, online content, no? Ang dami-dami mong followers pero walang brands na nakikipag trabaho sa iyo, no? Mababa ang 1,499 for working with a brand. So isang isang sponsorship lang or isang brand lang yung ma-close mo to be a sponsor for your, I don't know, TikTok account or Instagram account, 'di ba? So bawi ka agad tong 1,499 mo. And of course, the learning that you will get here is something that you can apply again and again to close more and more clients. So yun yung maganda dito. Kaya nga nung lumapit ka Madge sa akin to talk about itong program mo, sabi ko, sigurado ka 1499 lang yan. Kasi ang dami mong i-discuss eh. 'Di ba? So just to show them no some of the things na nakalagay dito sa iyong sales page. Ayan, naikwento mo pala dito yung yung story mo. But you already have some case studies here, but itong mga na ito yung provide mo na sneak peek, no? So ultimate closing script writing lessons. I think this alone should be worth more than 1,500 pesos because I've attended uh, a similar workshop, parang mga 7,000 yung siningil doon, no? Tapos yung imposter syndrome, I think this is very important to know how to
The
handle
imposter
because
syndrome is something that's very difficult to eliminate. I even doubt now we can eliminate everyone's imposter syndrome, but it's both my work and your work. I paid 250,000 pesos to eliminate my imposter syndrome. So it's an inner work thing. So I'm gonna get you all started on eliminating it. No, it's not gonna eliminate it in one day, but slowly eliminating it through this practice. It's a subconscious reprogramming yan siya
that's right.
na work.
Para sa akin, the mere fact that you can be aware that the imposter syndrome exists is already a major first step. Kasi I've met people na who are doing self-sabotage, who are doubting themselves, and they're not aware that there's such a thing as an imposter syndrome. So the moment that I told them na
Yeah.
you're actually feeling or you're actually experiencing the imposter syndrome, and the first time nila narinig yung concept na yon, and that actually already helped them. The mere fact yung nalaman nila that such a thing exists, no? So
Exactly.
I'm excited to learn more dito sa yung program. And sa mga nanonood sa atin, ano tayo, magkikita-kita tayo dito kasi a-attend din ako, no? So may nagtatanong, sabi ni Israel, no, until kailan pwedeng magpa-register? Ayan. So the program is on
Until
December 16, 17, but may deadline
so
ba?
until the 15th. Until the 15th.
Until the
Because
15th, no?
yeah, by 15th you will have your workbooks na ready for this event.
May workbook pa talaga. Okay, so
May workbook to siya.
very classroom, no? Oo. I actually like that kasi hindi ka lang nakikinig, hindi ka lang uma-attend, no? You're actually doing something, and I like how this workshop is parang hands-on, no? Talagang may activity, and sabi mo nga you actually guide people to how to close a client. So gusto ko yung may output or may outcome ka, no, dun sa gagawin mo. So again, if you want to reserve your spot now, you can go to bit.ly/TPC Workshop 2021. So this is a shortcut para medyo madali yung matandaan. So TPC, the perfect close workshop 2021. Ayan. And it will go to Madge website, yung theperfectclosing.com. Tapos meron lang nakalagay na tag doon na /fits para malaman natin na dito kayo nanggaling sa ating live stream. So you can go now sa TPC Workshop 2021. Alright, so sa may mga gustong itanong, you can type it sa ating chat box or comment section. Pero grabe, I hope you were here a little bit earlier kasi nakakita tayo ng preview on what you would learn dito sa program na to kay Madge. So kanina yung kinikwento niya kung ano yung style, kung ano yung paano ka magne-negotiate. I think that's something na mahirap pag-aralan. You cannot just Google that yung how to negotiate, di ba?
Yeah.
It's something that you would really learn from a coach or from a mentor. Kasi of course, ang mga tao iba-iba ang style, iba-iba yung
It's true. And then closing
yeah.
strategies evolve through time.
That's right.
It evolved before. Sabi nila, the way to close people is you add discounts and bonuses. Before yan, no? So that's what they did, discounts and bonuses. But as time passes, people will start to recognize the strategies na. And when your customers and client recognizes your strategy, mahihirapan ka na mag-close sa kanila. Because they're gonna feel, narinig ko na to dito. ganito din ginagawa. That's why a lot of multi-level marketers find it difficult to close because almost the same na strategy ng lahat ng network multimedia, multi-level
Yes,
marketers.
yes,
So
yes.
how do you close them in a way that doesn't feel like you're the one closing them? And I think you've heard this before, but this is very true. The strategy today is not discounts anymore. Because what do you do? What happens when you tell them, okay, I'll give you a discount? You're cheapening your offer. You're making
Mm-hmm.
yourself look cheap. You're making yourself look no longer premium. What are you promoting? You're no longer promoting value. You're promoting a discount, right?
That's right. That's
Another
right.
thing that it's important to do, especially today, is when you're selling a product, you don't sell by imposing things on them na kailangan nila ito. Instead, you ask
Oo.
questions. You ask questions more and more. There's so many things I wanted to share, but yeah, kulang talaga yung oras.
Yeah. May tanong si Amazing Papa. Ayan, sabi niya, hi Sir Fitz and Sir Match. Does the training have playback? I have night duty but I'm interested to learn at my own
Yeah, you will
pace.
get an option to have a playback during the perfect closing workshop. Pero
Mm.
mas maka-benefit kayo if you attend because I cannot critic your closing script if you will not attend live. You know.
All right. Oo.
Hmm.
But if they just watch yung replay ng live session and then they submit yung kanilang closing script, ma-check mo
Closing
pa rin naman.
scripts will be reviewed real time. Real
Real
time.
time.
Oo.
All right.
There's I will no longer be teaching after the 2 days. I will no longer be repeating the same program with the same pricing as well after 2 days of the workshop. But during the 2 days of the workshop, let's say first day you'll submit, I'll be reviewing that at that night, and then the
Mm.
following, I'm gonna be giving feedback as well. So my heart and soul will be all in during this event. And I want everyone not just to invest your money, because you can always make another 1,499, but I want you to invest your time in this as well.
Mhm, mhm. Very important, no? So, depende sa'yo siguro, Amazing Papa. Probably, you can ask yung iyong ano, yung boss mo if you can just take a couple of nights on leave. I don't know. Depende sa'yo. Of course, we all have different priorities. So, if this is something that you think would really help you in your plans for next year or in the coming years, then definitely I would encourage you to invest your time and money dito. So again, grabe. This is in all honesty, ang mura talaga ng 1499, no? Mas mas mahal pa yung samgyupsal namin nung isang gabi, 'di ba? Nung family ko, mas mataas pa yung bill namin doon sa restaurant, 'di ba? So this is really
Yeah.
a very good program to learn from. Yun yung masasabi ko sa inyo, no? So yun. Anyway, if you have more questions, you can ask it. But if not, we can probably start closing. Ayan, closing na rin. But again, siguro, oo, kasi it's already 5 o'clock in a few minutes. Yan, ito, sabi ni Sam, saan po isi-send yung receipt after paying? Paano ba to?
It's in there na rin. They will see it after they click enroll now sa button. On the next page, makikita nila yung instructions on how to send their receipt. We can show them naman. You can actually do that. There's a screen mo. Mag-enroll ka, Sir Fitz. Click mo. I-fill up mo lang yung
Okay,
form para
sige.
makita din nila.
Mag-demo tayo. So
Mm.
siyempre, nandito, kita nyo yung contact number ko. So, pag reserve
Ah,
next month, ayan, thank you. Ayan, the investment is only, okay lang kasi yun naman talaga yung public ano ko. So, they
okay, good.
will give you the payment instructions and then,
And
marami
sa
ka palang
pinakababa,
payment options, no?
yeah,
Merong ano,
oo.
no? Pwedeng GCash, etc. and PayPal. So, payment
Uh,
verification. So, I will click this payment
after you
verification.
paid.
Yes. After you pay, tapos dito mo i-attach ba? Tama? Yung,
Oo,
yan.
yung
So,
screenshot.
yeah. So, page 1 of 8, maraming sasagutan. So, hindi ko nasasagutan to. But this is
Oo,
how they will send yung payment verification. All right. But
yeah,
of course,
correct.
if there's any problem, ay, napakita ba yung Google form kanina? Parang Tama ba? Lumabas ba yung
Yeah,
Google form?
actually, very self-explanatory naman yung filling up dun.
Okay.
That's the usual process as well. We would enroll our students and everyone gets it. Yeah.
Okay. So pag click nila yung payment verification, ayan, ito pala
May
yung
Google form
lalabas.
na lalabas
Yeah, ito. Hindi ko napakita kasi ang
there.
naka-share pala is yung isang tab. So they'll see this payment verification. They just fill this up and they'll
Upload.
be
Yeah, on the 8th page, they will upload their receipt afterwards.
their receipt or yung screenshot ng
Yeah.
kanilang transaction. But of course,
Mm-mm.
if they have any problem, they can just message me and message ako na lang kasi busy pa si Match eh.
Uh,
Ako na lang i-message nyo. I-message nyo ako sa Facebook ko or you can send me an email. I-send nyo yung email sa akin, readytobereach@gmail.com. Sendan nyo ako ng email sa readytobereach@gmail.com. I-attach nyo na rin yung screenshot or yung picture ng inyong payment, proof of payment. Tapos ako na bahala makipag-coordinate sa staff ni Madge para ma-verify yung inyong enrollment. No?
all
So,
right. Thank you so
yun.
much.
Of course, yan. So, yun lang. Maraming salamat kay sino nga ba? Kay Sam Rativo sa iyong question. So, guys, meron pa ba kayong question? Kasi if wala, we'll start to wrap up our live stream right now. So, maraming salamat sa mga nanonood and also sa Kumu. Thank you pala kay Gigi na nagpadala ng virtual gift sa atin ngayon, no? And sa mga humahabol sa mga nanonood sa Kumu, si Jocelyn, tsaka si Florence. So, hello sa inyo. So, yun, any parting words, Madge, sa mga nanonood sa atin? Ano ba yung gusto mong take away nila dito sa live stream natin ngayon?
Okay, so before we end, I just like to appreciate everyone's time for attending. I know some of you could have spent family time or baka may ka-date sana kayo, but you decided to come here and to invest in yourself. And I hope everything I told you will help you as well in your closing this coming week. But if you're no longer contented with the way your business is running, if you're no longer contented with your current strategies, then do you think it's time for you to step up and invest in yourself in this very expensive offer natin and, and to and to rise up and to level up? If you believe you deserve this upgrade, I will see you guys in the workshop.
Alright, ako maraming salamat, Madge. No? So again, you can go to bit.ly/TPC Workshop 2021. So the Perfect Close Workshop. Grabe, ngayon i-grab nyo na yan habang 1,499 pa lang yan kasi I am 101% sure na mas mataas na yan yung price niyan next year or sa mga susunod na offers niya, no? Kasi I think this is a new program that you're trying to build, Madge, no? So of course we're trying to see, no, meron ngayong sinasabi natin na we're trying to check if we are really delivering good value, no, sa mga customers natin, sa mga clients natin. And that's also something that I've learned to do in the past, but it's always something that you can actually apply. So kahit na hindi ka freelancer, kahit na hindi ka professional or entrepreneur, I think this is something that you can definitely use. Maski siguro sa paghingi, Madge, no? Paghingi ng mas mataas na sweldo sa boss mo, pwede mong magagamit yung mga
Oh, pwede.
closing skills, di ba? Oo.
Pwede.
Kasi kasama
Actually, hindi lang sa boss mo,
di
pati
ba?
sa crush mo rin. Pwede mo rin yan i-apply.
Pwede mo
sa
i-close yung
pwede i-close yung
pwede mo i-close yung crush mo para
oh,
pumayag
sabihan mo
siya
yung
na
crush mo, what do you think will happen if hindi maging tayo?
oo, tama. Just in time for February, no, for Valentine's, no. Pwede mong
Perfect
ma-convince yung
lang.
crush mo na lumabas sa iyo for a date, no, or even sa gutas. Habang sa date doon mo siya i-close na maging kayo. Nako, may mga ano yan mga style natin diyan, Madge, no. But I think yung ano pa lang, yung awareness and being able to learn how to manage yung imposter syndrome, that itself has a lot of application, no? Marami tayong pwedeng
Mm.
paggamitan at sa matututunan natin about the imposter syndrome. But of course, mas maganda rin yung ating mga financial benefits na makukuha once we learn yung mga closing strategies ni Madge. Alright? So,
All right.
with that, siguro maraming salamat mga RTB Armies natin sa ating panonood ngayong hapon. Again, hello sa mga team replay, and I hope ay may natutunan kayo na bago dito sa ating live stream. So for next week, of course, we still have our last live stream for the year. So December 18, Saturday 4 p.m. Manila time, meron pa rin tayong live stream, and that's the last live stream that we will have for the year, and I hope ay makasama kayo. So next week siguro mag pure Q&A tayo kung meron kayong tanong tungkol sa inyong personal finance and planning for next year. Doon natin siya sasagutin. Kasi syempre, yung last Saturday of the year is December 25. Malamang hindi na ako magla-live stream noon kasi I'll be celebrating the day with my family. But yun, maraming salamat. Have a great
Saan ka
rest
pala
of the week.
naka-base?
Taga Parañaque ako. Nasa Parañaque
Ah,
ako.
Parañaque. Okay, sige. Alright.
Kamusta pala ang COVID situation dyan sa Cebu?
Still the same.
Still the
Pero
same.
ang look forward ng lahat is yung hindi ka na makakapasok sa any building talaga pag walang vaccine card. Yan yung masaya. Tingnan natin ang maging resulta. Pero I'm
Oo
looking
nga.
forward to
Actually, may
sitting.
chismis
Ang
na
maganda
baka
pag freelancer ka.
level 1 na.
Ang maganda pag freelancer ka because you don't have to go out. Like, you can just
That's
stay at
right.
home.
That's right.
You Grab can do your groceries for you. So, yun lang.
Totoo.
Yeah.
Totoo. At saka hindi masyadong naapektuhan yung business mo because of the lockdown kasi nga location independent ka. So, yeah, especially sa mga viewers natin who are looking for a new way to make money, this is probably one of the best first steps that you can take, no? So, taking the Perfect Close workshop. All right. So, sabi ni Amazing Papa, thank you so much po. Naku, maraming salamat. And thank you, Madge. So, see you soon sa ating workshop. So, I'll surely be attending that. And sa mga nanonood ngayon, have a great rest of the weekend. And kita-kita ulit tayo next week. So, thank you. Bye-bye. May outro music talaga si ano. Ayan, umalis na siya. So, thank you very much and see you again soon. Bye-bye.